Good morning and welcome to Practical Christian Lessons. We are on Wisdom of Sirach chapter 12 today, one of the shorter chapters. And the balloon behind me is moving. 12 of 51 chapters. Let's go ahead and get on into it. I don't know why I paused there. Just having a brain fart, I guess. If you show kindness, know to whom you show it, and you shall be thanked for your good deeds. Do good to a godly man, and you will be repaid, if not by him, then certainly by the Most High. There shall be no good things for him who continues in evil things, or for him who does not give alms cheerfully. Give to a godly man, but do not help the sinner. Do good to a humble man, but do not give to an ungodly man. Hold back his bread, and do not give it to him, lest by it he lord it over you. For you will receive twice as much evil coming back, for all the good you did for him. For the Most High also hates sinners and will render punishment on the ungodly. Give to the good man, but do not help the sinner. A friend will not be revealed when you are prosperous, nor will an enemy hide himself when you are in adversity. When a man prospers, his enemies are grieved, but when he is in adversity, even a friend will separate himself. Never trust your enemy, for as copper becomes rusty, so is his evil, even if he acts humble and goes about with a humble posture. Watch yourself and be on your guard. Then you shall be to him like him who wipes off a mirror, and you will know that it is not corroded continually. Do not let him stand by your side, lest he overthrow you and take your place. Do not seat him on your right, lest he seek your seat of honor. Then at last you will know the truth of my words, and because of my words you will be pierced with sorrow. Who will pity a snake charmer when he is bitten, or those who go near wild animals? So no one will pity one who approaches a sinful man and gets involved in his sins. He will stay with you for a while, but if you turn aside from him, he will not put up with you. An enemy speaks sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he will plan to throw you into a pit. An enemy will shed tears, but if he finds an opportunity, he will not be satisfied apart from shedding your blood. If evil comes upon you, you will find your enemy there ahead of you, and as he pretends to help you, he will pull your feet from under you. He will shake his head and applaud with his hands, and he will whisper many things and alter his expression. And that is Wisdom of Sirach, chapter 12. Pretty harsh on how to handle those, I guess you'd call enemies. Of course, there's also parts of the Wisdom of Sirach, parts of the Proverbs that also talk about, and right as this one said, showing kindness. Where it's one of those things, right? Be wise as a serpent. And this especially matters in our world of, at least in our Western culture. I'm not sure if it's quite the same way in other cultures, but in a lot of Western culture, it's very polemic. And that is just like, it's when you get two sides that are get opposed to each other. And rather than, like take the American government, Republicans and Democrats, not to talk about specific politics, but the way it's intended to function is that the two parties are supposed to work together to come to compromises, to work together to further the benefits of the country, to help the country, to work in the best interest of the country. But right now we're kind of in a state where that's not happening, because rather than viewing it as two different parties that have the same goal, even if they have different ideologies and ways of getting there, they're viewing each other as enemies. So it's not, we need to figure out how to work this legislation that's attempting to be passed where both sides are happy and it furthers the benefits of the country. It's now, we can't pass this because the enemies have brought this forth. We can't pass this because it was the Democrats, or we can't pass this because it's the Republicans. We can't vote for this person because they're X or Y. On and on and on. And it's not just that way with politics. It's that way with so many different things. But politics especially is like just one of the most polarizing issues in our culture. And the way I'm thinking on this is like when you approach someone either in evangelization or apologetics, you need to be wise as a serpent and figure out, is this someone who is so polemical, so stubborn, so stuck in just being in opposition that they are completely unwilling to listen, that this is, right, a pearls before swine moment? Or is this someone who is willing to listen, who is willing to hear you out, who's open to receiving the gospel, who's open to receiving the grace of God. And that's just one of those things. There's no like cookie cutter answer, unfortunately. It's one of those things you just kind of have to work through and discern. And that's what I'm thinking through as I'm reading this today. And of course, right, the gospel is for everyone. So there's no one to withhold. There should be no one you withhold the gospel from. If you do, it's like the ultimate form of hatred, to withhold the promise and the message. That is the ultimate form of taking away love. Instead of offering them life, you're just going to let them stay in death. That is my reflection for today. Perhaps some uplifting parts, perhaps some not so uplifting parts. But hopefully something to think on and to churn in your minds. You guys have a wonderful day, and God bless.